Hey people, it's Makeda Valletta reporting live from Cartagena. Let me hop on IG. Okay. Hi to everybody in IG world and Instagram. I may try to read what you guys write, but a lot of times the comments that I see are retarded. And I'm tipsy and I just want to say some things. So I just had to say these things while it was on my mind. I'm on IG and Instagram. Okay, so I just got back in Cartagena, tipsy, been drinking margaritas, had two margaritas, one caipirinha, and one vodka and ginger. So I would think I'd be drunker, but I'm not. Okay, so here's the deal. Colombia. It's unfair to judge any country if you've only been to one city. Like, a lot of people do that with the United States. They come to New York, they might live in New York, and they judge all the US based on living in New York. No, you have to go to multiple cities. So, as I told you, I'm in Cartagena right now. I'm going to Medellin on Saturday. And I've seen a lot of YouTube videos of people, especially Americanos, Afro-Americanos, whatever, who are in Medellin and they rave about it. But the way that I fell in love with, the way that I first got an interest in Colombia is from my best friend. I haven't seen her in so long. I have to text her. But a best friend of mine from college, who was from Queens, New York, and she was Colombian. And I've always loved salsa, Afro-Latin music. I grew up hearing merengue, growing up in Washington Heights with Dominicans. Then started to love salsa. And I remember my Colombian friend, one of my best friends, somebody I love dearly, she had a big effect on me. She put me on to Colombian shit and started to teach me. And ever since then, I wanted to go to Colombia. Ever since then, I wanted to study Afro-Colombian dance. But she told me back then, this is like 16 years ago plus, she told me, don't go to Colombia, like, it's not safe. You know, your life is worth nothing. They'll chop your nose off for your nose ring. So for years, I didn't go to Colombia. I didn't come here because I knew it wasn't safe. But it got so much safer. And when you want to study Afro-Colombian dance, Colombia, a lot of people know about Afro-Cuban stuff. And even with the Afro-Cuban stuff, most of the things people know is the Orisha. But in Cuba, this Afro-Cuban stuff from the Congo, from the, of course, the Yoruba, which we all know. Then you have stuff from Dahomey. You have different Afro-Cuban things. Same thing with Colombia. But Colombia is totally different. They got some totally different shit going on than Cuba. Some totally different shit going on than Brazil. And the second largest population of Africans in the slave trade was brought to Colombia. So let me just say, I can't express how much I love this place, right? And I've only been to Cartagena. Pero on Saturday, I'm going to Medellin. So my love for Colombia really started with the dancing. A lot of people, I grew up in New York, so I grew up dancing. I grew up around the Euricans, Dominicans, but one of my really good friends was Colombian. I feel like she had the biggest effect on me when it comes to salsa. And when it comes to salsa dancing, there's the Puerto Rican style, there's the New Rican style, there's the Cuban style, there's Colombianos. But to me, I always felt like all Spanish-speaking people dance salsa, right? But in Colombia, that's not the case. In Cartagena, they do not dance salsa. Champeta, they dance champeta, and I really love champeta. But the problem, there's a school here that I took champeta classes at last May. And the way they teach like for white tourist people. Like I'm a dancer. Like I don't need you to teach me like I'm some white tourist. I also didn't come here to dance in a room full of white people who can't dance. No offense to the white people, but I'm like, God damn. Like I'm not when I travel, I'm not into the touristy shit. I like to be with the people. I like to blend in. Now I had on this tight dress and some sneakers. That's what that when you go to El Torre de Reloj, which is the watchtower. All the girls over there have on tight dresses. Everybody has on. All the girls have on tight shit and sneakers. So I could blend in with that. Nobody's looking at me crazy. The men may be, oh God, oh wow, oh bless you. The men say that, but there's beautiful women everywhere, and the men are not too much. The men will express how much they're attracted to you, but that's it. If I keep walking, they don't touch me, they're not harassing me, they're not following me. None of that. I feel completely safe. And I'm walking around with a short ass dress on, drinking by myself, and I feel completely safe. Never did I feel unsafe. Now I was just at this one club. There's one place that when you look up dancing in Cartagena, the places the blogs tell you about, guess what? It's all a bunch of white people that can't dance. I wouldn't do that shit in college. I don't want to be in a room full of white people that can't dance, okay? But Colombia, well, Cartagena, because I've only been to Cartagena, but I know that all of Colombia is known for its beautiful women. I must say, there are lots of beautiful women in Colombia, and I like that. Not only are they beautiful women, but the women show off their assets, they show off their feminine beauty. Yes, there are girls with breast implants, but there's a lot of girls that don't have breast implants. And all of them are beautiful, and everybody loves all of it, right? Indigenous women who are clearly indigenous, who are gorgeous. Like this one woman I was looking at tonight, she was just so beautiful. I'm like, I just want to touch her hair. I just want to rub my fingers through her hair. She was just beautiful. Indigenous Colombian woman. Um, but I'm standing there at this place, and this guy starts talking to me in English, but he was Dominican. He's from New York. And he put me on to some shit. First of all, and especially when I told him what I'm into, like I told him my interest in Colombia has to do with the dancing, the black people dancing. Because in Colombia, you got the indigenous dances, you got the Spanish type shit, and then you got the black shit, which is always the best shit. Champeta is the dance of Cartagena, and it's dope as fuck, and it's so hard to find. Like I'm in Cartagena, but I'm like I need to go where the Cartagenos, the real Afro-Colombianos, Morenos, Morenas, Negras, whoever from Colombia, where they dance. So if somebody knows anything about Cartagena, please tell me where to find the black Cartagenos that know how to dance. Because tonight and the last time I was here, I thought for sure the last time must have been a bad time and this time I'll find it. No, I can't find a room full of black people from Colombia that are dancing champeta. It's just these white people who can't dance. And I didn't come here to be in a room full of white people going like, I can't even imitate them. They're just horrible. It's horrible, right? And me personally, like I'm a dancer, but I have no patience to look at people who just can't dance. Like sometimes I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why? You know, like then there's food everywhere. In Cartagena, there's food everywhere. Like everybody's selling food on the street. There's so many people selling things. Arepas are the things that's the thing down here. A lot of people I've seen in blogs call them empanadas, but I haven't seen any empanadas. They're arepas. And arepas are made from these corn cakes, and they make them with pollo. Like I got an arepa con pollo y queso on the street, and it was 6,000 pesos, which is like $1.50. It was really, really good. And he made it with butter. They use a lot of butter. And I asked him, is it real butter or is it margarine? He told me it was butter. But when I ate it, it tasted like butter flavoring. So people here tell me stuff. I don't really like. Even when you ask people for directions, they be telling you shit like people will lead you the wrong way. And I thought it was just me. But then I saw this other blog on YouTube where this girl talked about how when you ask people, she was saying a Medellin, but this same thing in Cartagena. When you ask people for directions, like they be telling you, "Oh, go down the street to the left," and the shit's wrong. And this girl whose blog I was watching, she said, "Oh, they're just trying to help." But I'm like, "Don't try to. If you don't know, just say you don't know. Don't tell me to go 3 blocks north and then to the left, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about because then you're sending me to the wrong place. Just say you don't know." People in Colombia will tell you the wrong shit all the time with directions, right? But this Dominican, so today I found out that because Cartagena is very black, very very black. But I found out this is not it's not even the blackest part of Colombia. Like the Pacific coast, which kind of confused me, which is I need to take geography because when I think Pacific, Caribbean, I think East Coast, West Coast. But in Colombia, it's not even that. It's like the north part is the Caribbean, and then the southern part is Pacific coast. Um, and the Pacific coast of Colombia has more Afro-Colombians than Cartagena. And some people say, oh, a lot of times when the black people are, they tell you don't mess with. The Dominican guy that I met tonight, he was telling me that one of his favorite places was on the Pacific coast, the black Pacific coast. But he said it's not safe. He told me several times he didn't recommend that I go there. And I just found out about it earlier, and I want to go there because that's where I could find my ballet. There's so many Afro-Colombian dances that people do not know about that are dope. And a lot of them are over there. And he said he didn't recommend I go there because he said it's dangerous. So God, listen to him. He's from New York. But then Bogota, like Bogota has 9 million people. That's a lot of people. That sounds like New York to me. People always say Bogota, people are not nice. And I always wonder how true that is because people say that about New Yorkers, and I don't agree that New Yorkers aren't nice. New Yorkers will go out the way to help you. But then on the flip side, he told me to go to Cali because, that's what I was going to say. Colombianos, they don't dance salsa like I thought. Like I thought that Colombia is a huge country, Spanish-speaking country. A lot of Spanish-speaking people dance salsa. I thought all Spanish-speaking people dance salsa, even though I kind of know better. Like I know Dominicans, like in my neighborhood in New York, they mostly listen to merengue and bachata. Like I don't hear Dominicans listen to salsa that much. But you think of salsa as like, the universal like Spanish music. Like all Spanish people dance to. Not in Colombia. My best friend used to always tell me about going to Cali, go to Cali. Cali is the salsa capital. She got me loving Cali in my heart. Like really wanting to go to Cali. And I was going to go to Cali this trip. But instead, I went to Medellin. I decided to go to Medellin. I first booked my trip from Cali, but then another Colombian guy told me he thought I would like Medellin better as a traveler, solo traveler. And I see a lot of people with blogs on YouTube where they're talking about Medellin, Medellin, Medellin. A lot of Americans move to Medellin. Everybody talks about how much they love it. Everybody's interested in a place for different reasons. And for me, it's the dance and the culture. Afro-Colombian culture is something that really interests me. I talked about the artwork. I post some of the videos, some of the photos. All you see here is in the artwork, you see black women, morenas, con pelo natural, okay? Braids, locks, all that stuff. Like you don't see any black women here with wigs and weaves and perms. You don't see black women like they are gorgeous, gorgeous black women, gorgeous indigenous women. See all that depicted in the artwork. I mean, really beautiful women here. Like, no disrespect to any place else, but I've been to Costa Rica and Puerto Rico and Cuba. They have nothing on Colombia when it comes to the women. Really pretty women in Colombia. And everybody is really nice. The men are nice. The women are nice. The men don't act too thirst. Like I said, they might be like, oh, damn, you look good. But that's it. But there's beautiful women everywhere. And that makes me happy. The women and the men. The indigenous the Africanos, Morenos, Negros, whatever. So this Dominican that I met tonight, he told me skip. He said I would tell you skip Medellin because he's been here for 6 months. He's been all over. He said he would tell me to skip Medellin and go to Cali, and I'm like, well, I already booked my tickets to Medellin, but I will be back in Colombia and I will check out Cali because I love to dance salsa. And I didn't know that they really don't dance. I thought, okay, Cali is known to be the salsa capital. I'm thinking, okay, maybe they're better at salsa than everybody else in Colombia. I didn't know they did not dance salsa in Cartagena. They really don't. Oh. And I feel like a lot of the YouTube blogs that I look at, they don't talk about these things. And I've been avoiding the Dominican Republic because I'm from Washington Heights in New York City. I felt like I grew up in the Dominican Republic damn near. And I didn't like the ignorance that Dominicans can have about race, but I know that a lot of Latin America can be that way. But I know Dominican Republic has a special ignorance, and I love Haitians, and I just don't like how they treat Haitians. So Dominican Republic was never on my list. But talking to him today, he asked me if I've ever been to DR, and he was conscious. He started telling me about how Medellin didn't have a lot of black people, and he started telling me about some real shit. So I knew he was aware of what's going on, especially in Latin America. And I feel like Dominicans who are in New York become more aware. So he told me. So now he makes me want to go to DR. I also didn't go to DR because I'm like, as a solo traveler, as a woman, I felt like DR wasn't that safe. I didn't like the ignorance that they can have about blackness, and I don't understand Dominicans that well, but I understand Colombians pretty well. But I know DR, I'm gonna go see for myself instead of listening. I'm gonna go see for myself. Go to a place that's safe. But for me, what made me love Colombia and fall in love with it, Colombians have very good taste in music. And I just knew that from being around my Colombian best friend. Anytime she had New Year's, Christmas parties, the music was amazing. Okay. And Colombians aren't just listening to Colombian music, they listen to dope ass music from, it could be from Puerto Rico, from Cuba, from wherever. If it's good, they listen to it. Colombians have very good taste in music. And my experience in Cartagena is that people are very down to earth, very sweet, very helpful. I love them. There's something about the dogs in Latin America where like there's just dogs, stray dogs everywhere, like missing legs and shit. I'm like, why is there three-legged dogs in the street everywhere? And like the white people from America always want to feed them and shit. That's kind of weird. Um, but I wish I could find somebody who knew about Cartagena that could tell me where are the black people in Cartagena that dance champeta. That's all I'm trying to find. Last time I took dance classes, I'm not taking dance classes this time because I cannot with the white people that can't dance is doing the two-step. They can't even do the two-step. They offbeat with that shit. I can't go in a class like that. So sometimes you can learn from classes. Sometimes you got to go where the people is. Okay, you got to go where the people are. And I can't find that in Cartagena. So like, what is the problem? Cartagena is so black. This is the home of champeta. Why can't I find it? So if anybody out there and knows about Cartagena, Colombia, please tell me where to find black people, black Colombians dancing champeta. And nothing is worse than when I see black people that can't dance. Like tonight, there was white people who was awkward where I was at. But then here comes the black people who they probably I think they were Afro American. They can't dance neither. And I'm like, I hate being in a room for people that can't dance. That's why I love New Orleans. Because New Orleans, I go places, people dance their motherfucking asses off in New Orleans, okay? I like to dance. I like to go places where people can dance. Cuba, they dance, okay? Cuba can be hard because I'm not that crazy about the food and the technology. Like, you can't get on the internet hardly. But in Cuba, they be lit with the music and the dancing. Lit. And so I just had to say that. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else, but I just know that I felt safe. I was walking around in this little short dress. This little short dress right here. And I never felt like anybody's gonna do anything to me. I never felt like I was in danger. Nothing like that. All the girls are walking around like that. I like that about Colombia. Nobody's tripping. They're really not. And the girls aren't walking around in no damn heels. Anybody got time for that? So I just had to report this about Cartagena. I'm gonna try one more time tomorrow. I have to go to the bathroom to pee. I'm gonna try one more time tomorrow and see if I can find some black people who dance champeta in Cartagena. Because champeta is a shit. It hasn't really been documented that well, but it's a shit. So tomorrow's my last time of trying. Then off to Medellin on Saturday. I'm gonna try to check out the nightlife in Medellin on Saturday. I think Medellin maybe might be good for the textiles and the shopping, but now I really want to go to Cali because it's the dancing. I'm telling you, Colombia is lit when it comes to Afro Colombian dancing. So that's my mission to find this. So I'm gonna stop with my tipsy talk. I think I said everything I need to say, and I gotta go pee. So just follow me on YouTube, Instagram. I can't see right now. Um, Thank you for listening. If you know anything about Cartagena, anything about Colombia, you know I'm trying to find the black people that dance. So tell me where to go. Gracias. Buenas noches, mi amigos. Adios. Let me see what people said. Yeah, I don't feel like anybody's gonna kidnap me in Cartagena. Feel super safe. So if you're a woman traveling alone and you want to walk around in a sexy outfit, no one's gonna attack you. You'll be good in Cartagena. The people look good. The men look good. The women look good. The indigenous, black, just good looking people, sexy people. It's all good. So I'll report more on Cartagena tomorrow. Good night.